Hello, my name is Liam Leiden, and I will be presenting laptop purchasing process using DEA. What will be discussed? In my presentation, I will be going over literature that I found on the laptop purchasing process, the data that I collected, the DEA model, and interpreting those results. Literature review. What has already been written about the laptop purchasing process? I have found many interesting articles and studies about what laptops are most efficient for sellers like Best Buy or Staples to sell to their consumers, but I have not found too much information on what consumers should buy. That also leads into why I chose this topic. I chose this topic because buying a laptop is important no matter what field you are in. Whether you are a teacher, student, a consultant, an accountant, most professions require a useful laptop. And I chose to do this presentation because I want consumers to find the most efficient laptop for them. Inputs and outputs. For my decision-making unit, I chose to go with the 5 most popular laptops in the market right now. Those laptops are MacBook Pro, Microsoft Surface Laptop 4, Asus ZenBook 14, Dell XPS 13, Samsung Galaxy Pro 360. My inputs were the price in dollars of these laptops. That means when you go to buy a laptop, that's how much it will cost you. For the outputs, I chose to use screen length in inches, weight in pounds, storage in gigabytes, and battery life in hours. I thought those were the 4 most useful outputs to keep in mind when you buy a laptop. Data. This slide includes the data that I found for my inputs and outputs. As you can see, the inputs and outputs all vary from the laptops. I was able to find this information pretty easily through these companies' websites. If I visited apple.com, it gave me everything I needed to know about the MacBook Pro. Same with Microsoft.com, Asus.com, Dell.com, and Samsung.com. They listed, under all these products, they listed all the information I needed. They had the screen length, the weight, storage, and battery life, and especially how much they cost. This is the data that I used to run through the DEA model and find out which ones were efficient and which ones weren't. After running my data through the DEA model, these were the results. A score of 1 means that laptop is efficient. Anything less than 1 means that it is inefficient. As you can see, the MacBook Pro, Microsoft Surface Laptop 4, and the Asus ZenBook 14 all got a score less than 1, which means that they are inefficient. Dell XPS 13, Samsung Galaxy Book Pro 360 both received a score of 1, which means that they are efficient. In the next slide, you will see how the laptops with an inefficient score can be improved to become efficient. This is a table of improving my prior results. As you can see, the MacBook, Microsoft, and Asus all need to change their screen length, weight, storage, battery life, and price in order to become efficient. Since Dell and Samsung already received a score of efficient, you will see that their inputs and outputs do not change from the prior results. In conclusion, the laptop purchasing process is very difficult. There are many options out there, and a lot of consumers do not know which ones to buy. Most consumers mean that more expensive equals a better computer, but clearly from this presentation, there are many variables that come into play when deciding such a purchase. And until the MacBook, Microsoft, and Asus laptops improve their inputs and outputs, as of right now, the smartest laptops for a consumer to buy is the Dell XPS and the Samsung Galaxy Book Pro 360. Those laptops currently are the most efficient. These are the websites I use to find the data for my DEA model.